Okay, I still don't get it. It makes no sense.
Oh, come on, it's a simple concept.
No, it's not. This rich dude lives in a crappy city that's all corrupt and junk, and the only way he can fix things is to dress up like a bat and punch bad guys in the face?
Exactly. It's a simple empowerment story. On a deeper level, it's about how the richer upper classes can only act outside of the institutionalized legal system to affect social change.
Oh, like when the Koch brothers created the Tea Party.
No! Actually, kind of. Viewed correctly, Batman basically says that if you're rich, you should ignore the law to do what's right. I thought it was just about revenge.
Yeah, didn't his parents get killed or abandon him or something?
That might have been the catalyst, but are you telling me that a man in his 30s is that upset about his parents? In truth, Thomas and Martha Wayne represent an idealized past that Batman is not only avenging, but actively fighting to bring back. Like rich Republicans who want to bring back the 1950s! Yup. And who are Batman's enemies?
Psychiatrists.
Nope. The liberal establishment.
I knew there was a reason I liked Batman.
Are you telling me that Batman is a conservative treatise on Republican society? Sure. Two-Face is a lawyer. Catwoman is a feminist. Poison Ivy is a conservationist. The Penguin is a rich liberal elitist. Ra's al Ghul is the foreign superpowers. The Scarecrow is a scientist. The Riddler is an intellectual. And Bane is a South American immigrant. What about the Joker?
Yeah, how does a dude who runs around in clown makeup murdering people fit into this conservative take on Batman that you got?
That's easy. The Joker represents the liberal atheist agenda. Nope, I'm not buying it. Who is the Joker? Nobody knows! It's one of the great mysteries of the DC Universe! Right. The Joker is an agent of chaos. Batman never knows what he's gonna do. The Joker is always laughing and never taking things seriously, while simultaneously attempting to destroy the status quo. The Joker only ever seems to do what he wants to do, no matter how destructive it is. He has no ethics, no morality, no respect or care for money or institutions, and when he does want to make a point, he's willing to injure and murder people to prove it. Huh. I guess it does kind of make sense.
I'm gonna go get some Batman comics. It sounds awesome. They should call him Super Republican. Hey guys, good news, kind of. Turns out Vermont was the guy who stole Professor Dunderhead's time machine.
Great, so the time machine is back in safe hands?
Nope, Vermont sold it to someone on the dark web.
Who did he sell it to?
He claims he doesn't know. That's why Dunderhead has Vermont over at Dunder Labs strapped into one of his thought extractors.
Thought extractor?
Don't ask. Anyways, what were you guys talking about? Batman! What? You guys are supposed to alert me whenever a comic book, fantasy, or sci-fi topic comes up.
There's no need! Gary explained Batman perfectly!
Yeah, I had no idea that Batman was a champion of the 1%, fighting a valiant crusade against liberal values. Gary? What have you done?
You know my take on Batman.
I know that your take on Batman is a load of weapons-grade bullshit!
I think my interpretation is valid.
Yeah, until Gary laid down the Batman truth, I always thought that Batman was just a goofy 60s TV show. Now I know that Batman fights for those whose rights and values are trampled every day. The rights and values of rich people. Batman is not a conservative. He fights for everyone. He's a hero trying to bring justice to the streets of Gotham City.
And how does he do that? Does he use his wealth to open homeless shelters or start programs to help people out of poverty? Nope. He dresses up like a scary monster and beats people up.
He does too do all that charitable stuff. The Wayne Foundation is committed to help end urban poverty.
I wonder what Batman spends more money on, the charities or all of his Batman crap?
The charities.
He has a jet turbine car, a jet, a helicopter, a massive hideout complete with cutting-edge tech, and an armory, not to mention all of his gadgets and gewgaws on his very expensive bat suit.
Did he build all that stuff himself?
No way! So I guess we gotta include a ton of hush money to all the hundreds, if not thousands of people that built all of his bat stuff.
Stop it, stop it, stop it! Batman is a story about a dude who fights crime. And every once in a while, he fights aliens, ghosts, or demons. It is not a commentary about anything other than being awesome. Hold it right there, fun boy. Whenever we talk about religious stuff, you guys go whole hog and start interpreting it in crap. As far as I'm concerned, Batman is fair game.
He's got a point, Jason.
Fine. I'm not going to tell you to completely get everything wrong about Batman, but I will tell you that Gary is full of caca.
Just because my take on Batman doesn't fit comfortably with yours doesn't make mine wrong. Yeah, there are lots of ways to interpret stuff. I mean, for example, that Man of Steel movie. I thought it was a modern retelling of Catcher in the Rye, except with punching and Amy Adams. Am I wrong?
Yes. Look, guys, not everything is open to deeper interpretations. It's like that Wizard of Oz. Frank Baum wrote a children's book. That's it. Then along comes a bunch of college professor dorks in the 60s who up and decided that Oz was actually a commentary on the monetary policies and the gold standard. It wasn't, but enough people heard it to the point that that's what people assume it's what it's about. If enough people hear of Gary's stupid Batman is a conservative allegory, it could become, quote unquote, common knowledge. We'll join the club, Sparky. You know how many times the Bible has been misinterpreted?
40,000 last time I checked.
Exactly. See? Batman is just like the Bible. If we're not careful, 2,000 years from now, we could wind up with 40,000 versions of Batman running around.
Yeah, 'cause that could happen. Well, if you ask me, it's already started to happen. I mean, you have 50s family Batman, campy 60s Batman, brooding jingoistic Batman, detective Batman.
50s family Batman? Yeah, in the 1950s, in response to Frederick Wortham's criticism of Batman, DC Comics gave Batman a wife and kids. Why, was he getting it on too much with Catwoman?
No, Wortham said that Batman and Robin were gay and corrupting the youth with a latently homosexual agenda.
And I'm just hearing about that now? Please tell me there's a gay Batman version out there. Batman is not gay.
Whoa, I didn't realize you were superhero homophobic, Jason.
I'm not. There's no such... He's just not gay, okay? Robin is his ward, and the reason he doesn't have any girlfriends or wives is because he's committed to crime fighting and it wouldn't be fair to them. Ever heard of a hetero smokescreen?
What if Batman was gay? Would it be a big deal?
Of course not, Gary. If Batman came out and was gay and it was canon, I would accept it. Hell, I would probably like it. What I won't accept are people altering the characters into something that they're not. You might as well say that Captain Kirk is gay.
Well, his closest relationships are with two men. And he literally threw his Starfleet career away and got his son killed to bring his best friend back to life.
He's the galaxy's biggest poon hound! Hetero smokescreen. I'm an expert. Oh, okay, I see. It wasn't enough to fuck around with the Dark Knight. Now we've got to fuck around with Star Trek? I get it. You want me to accept your profane ideas? Fine. AJ, Lee Harvey Oswald was a ghost from Jupiter.
That's impossible!
Fundy, Jesus didn't have 12 apostles. He had 12 lovers. How dare you? Wait. That's kind of hot. Gary? Gary?
You've got nothing.
Damn it!
What do you guys think? Are alternate interpretations valid when it comes to fiction?
Or are they abominations that should never be given our time? In fact, they should be made illegal. Comment down in the uninformed opinion section. Geez, Jason, I never thought that you were so thin-skinned over your nerd stuff. I'm not thin-skinned, I just like accurate interpretations of the characters that I love.
So were you all upset when the latest Human Torch was black?
Of course not. Now, if they had changed his character, I probably would have become upset.
But didn't they change the Tony Stark character from the Iron Man movies? Yeah, in the comics he was a jerk alcoholic genius, wasn't he?
And in the movies, he was a wisecracking playboy alcoholic genius. Yeah, but that was different.
How?
Well, I didn't really care about the comic book Tony Stark.
Oh, I'm sure there were fans that were incensed.
Yeah, but they were just nerds. Unlike you. Exactly. Hey, you bunch of jerks, it's me, Vermont, here to tell you where to go and go subscribe to a channel that Jason likes. And this week, the channel is this guy, GuineaPigDan. He's been an Opinion villager for since forever. In fact, I think he's one of the first 20 people to ever subscribe. And lately he's been making a lot of clever videos, dressed up like a giant cat. Which, being a rat ain't exactly my favorite. In fact, it's kind of like a nightmare. Being chased by a giant cat, and then he catches up to you and he sinks his claws into your neck, and then he takes all your money and your pants. And then all of a sudden you realize that you're giving a speech in front of your graduating class in high school, and everyone's laughing at you because you got your pants taken away from a cat. And then your girlfriend walks up and says, "Vermont, I'm pregnant." And you're like, "How? We only did it that one time and it wasn't even that much fun." And she's like, "It doesn't matter. You and me is gonna get married or my giant father's gonna come and rip your nutsack off." And then all of a sudden, you wake up screaming. And you realize that your girlfriend is pregnant. And you did go up in front of your graduating class with no pants on. So the other thing out of that nightmare was, there was no giant cat. Until now. Thanks, GuineaPigDan.
Hello, my fellow Opinion Villagers. Today is Friday, August 14th, 2015, and it's National Navajo Code Talkers Day, Shop Online for Groceries Day, VJ Day, and Worldwide Art Day. Famous dead people who are celebrating their birthdays today are dentist and your Huckleberry, Doc Holliday, film composer James Horner, and actress Andrea Leeds. And now on to your questions. First up, McKenna McLaughlin asks intimate question for AJ. Okay, I've been giving this a lot of thought. Up here in Oregon, we're dealing with a lot of smoke from California, as well as a lot of people moving up from California. I think that they're using the smoke from the fires to hide the actual amount of Californians moving up to Oregon due to the simultaneous flooding and level 5 droughts that are attacking it. Do you think I have something there?
I like your conspiracy spirit, McKenna, but you're way off. You're overlooking the obvious. The smoke! The smoke is a living creature that is moving into your state! Why? Cost of living. It's frickin' expensive in California. $15 for a cup of coffee? People are paying for toast at a restaurant? Who pays for toast at a restaurant?
Seth Corey asks intimate question for the carbon-based meat water sack. Will you ever make a Let's Play video series? Maybe with one of the puppets? I know Let's Plays are overdone on YouTube, but if you have one of the puppets do it, I think that would add an interesting flair. I guess it is really overdone. I think everybody at this point has done a Let's Play video. I'm relatively certain that, you know, if Richard Dawkins had a YouTube channel, he would have done a Let's Play video at this point. And it's not about technology, and it's not about having to go get a game or whatever. It's just me sitting down to do it. And it could be fun, and maybe we'll do one in the future. Brandon Waring asks, intimate question for me, Jason. I'm really sorry you lost your job. Do you need a hug? If I wasn't already broke and in need of a new base, I'd donate to your Patreon. I'm sorry. Hug. Take care of yourself, man. It's a jungle out there. Thanks, and no, I don't really need a hug. Like I said, I have a pretty decent severance, and there's a lot of jobs out here where I live. So, I'm looking, I have my resume together, and hopefully I'll be able to find something. However, if you see me slowly deteriorate over the next few months, and then the video channel disappears, you'll know exactly what happened. Really bringing the whole intimate questions section down. Okay, that's it. Remember, if you have a question you want to ask intimate questions, leave it down below in the comment section. Until next time, my beautiful Bajorans, this has been Jason with a D.
Hey everybody, it's me, Oswald. I'm gonna shout your name out. Well, my best friend Nameframe was gonna shout your name out, really. And I'm just gonna make funny ha-has about it. Right, Nameframe?
That's right.
Why's come you always get to say the names and I gotta do the jokes?
That's just the way the segment works, Oswald.
Yeah, but the name of the segment is Oswald's Shoutouts, not Name Frame Shoutouts and Oswald's stupid jokes. I want to trade. You do the stupid jokes.
Maybe next time.
Deal.
Atheist Ian Hewlett.
Your parents gave you a weird first name, Atheist, but I guess it's no different than kids named Christian. Maybe there's some dudes out there named Baptist Brown, Muslim Smith, Buddhist Jones, or Seventh-day Adventist Johnson.
Java Primate.
Are you a monkey that likes coffee, or are you a monkey made of coffee? If you're a monkey made of coffee, then stay away from Jason with a D unless you want to get all dwank up. He's all addicted, dedicated to coffee, and he's more than willing to murder a few Java monkeys to get his fix.
Godless Help.
Is you a helpline? Like, if you want God-free help, like with a problem, you call 1-800-God-less-help? I confused myself with that joke.
Sugar Roads.
I would never be able to walk down a sugar road without eating it.
Extron.
Greetings, Extron. Welcome to our planet. I am, the president. Planet President Oswald. Is you a good alien that likes, like, candy, or is you a bad alien that likes blowing stuff up? Your answer will determine how many punches in your alien face you're about to get. Okay, all done. Alright, Name Frame. Next week, I do the name saying and you do the jokes. What's the first thing you do when you get the names?
Well, the first thing I do is I magically teleport myself to the JPEG universe and fight myself through the pixel goblins to collect the user images. Then I bring them back to our dimension and begin the labor-intensive process of converting them into a form that won't explode. I have to work fast because if I take too long, kablam! Goodbye, planet Earth.
You gotta do all that?
Yep. So, are you ready to change jobs?
On second thought, never mind. Oh, Trudeau here with even more questions. More questions? Oh, Trudeau here with even more suggestions for what you could have done instead of watching YouTube. Frankenstein077 says, instead of watching YouTube, guess I should have been looking for work, huh? Unless YouTube starts paying you to watch videos, which will never happen. Oh, if only we lived in a world where companies paid for our attention. With the amount of video games and porn I consume, I could buy my own country. Sugar Frosted says, instead of watching puppets, I could have negotiated conference room puppet filming rights as part of Jason's severance package. We tried that without Meet Jason in attendance. It got pretty heated, and punches were thrown. In hindsight, it probably wasn't the best idea to have Oswald represent us. Illiterate Atheist says, instead of watching this, I could have been taking my medication to control my hallucinations. Because I darn well know that there's no such thing as YouTube channels about puppets. How did that 7-foot-tall garden gnome get in my house? And why is he raiding my refrigerator? Oh dear. You've got a giant gnome infestation. Giant gnomes are attracted to the leftover takeout in your home. And once they've set up their nest, they can be destructive. They order crap off of eBay using your account. They relieve themselves in whatever corner of the house is convenient. And they're always talking about how Donald Trump is what America needs. There is only one thing you can do when giant gnomes invade your home. Move.